Hello everybody, Joe here with Garden of Luma. If you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe to stay updated on the latest videos. I do a new video every Wednesday and Saturday. Today's video is going to be another do-it-yourself project for irrigation, for irrigating your fruit trees, specifically in containers. I recently did a video on how I set up an irrigation system, an automated system for my in-ground fruit trees. Today I wanted to talk more about watering your container fruit trees on an automated system, and this has been amazing for me. I'm so glad that I recently installed this, because watering a bunch of container fruit trees can take a lot of time, as some of you may know. So I'm about 50-50 when it comes to fruit trees in ground versus containers. And so I have about, I want to say around 13 to 15 container fruit trees that are getting watered by this setup. And I have 2 lines set up right now with about 20-ish bubblers on each line, which seems to be working really well, getting a good flow on that and able to water all the fruit trees as I need it. And so let me go show you the system here. I will link down below to the other video if you're interested in checking out how I'm irrigating all my in-ground fruit trees. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, so here's my irrigation setup here off my spigot here. And as you can see, I have the automated timer here. This is the Orbit with the 3 outlets here. And so as you can see, 2 of them are my lines going to my container fruit trees, and 1 is just the garden hose here. And so I have my backflow regulator connected to the PSI regulator here for pressure. This is the 25 PSI, and then my adapter to connect the 1/2-inch tubing to the pressure regulator and backflow. And so that's the setup you're going to want to have here for your irrigation. You also want a filter. I have a filter in there as well. And so I just run these 2 1/2-inch tubes out around to my container fruit trees throughout the yard here. So as you can see, they can run along here and run along the walls, so you don't see them quite as much. You can bury them if you'd like to as well, but I'm fine with them being up. And so here's the setup here in my containers. As you can see, I have these micro bubblers going on here. And so for 25 gallons to 35 gallon containers, I have 4 bubblers going. For my 15 gallon, 15 to 20, I have 3. And then for 7 gallon, I have 2. And then 3, I have 1. So that's my setup here. And so I just run this 1/4-inch tubing connected to the micro bubbler, and then inserted into the 1/2-inch tubing with a connector. And that is basically my setup. As you can see here, I have this 1/4-inch tubing down here that I did initially try to use. And this has the drip emitters in it. I don't know if you can see, there you go, you can see that. So this was every 6-inch spacing, but it just didn't put out enough water. Like you can see, these put out a good amount of water here. Whereas this drip system here that I had initially tried, I wrapped it around here, but it was just so slow. It would have probably taken me 24 hours just to water my fruit trees that way. So I switched to these bubblers. I'm really happy with these. I only have to water for about 45 minutes, and it soaks my containers really nicely. So that is my drip irrigation setup for my container fruit trees, what I have going on here. And I will link down below all the parts that I used if you guys want to check those out. If you want to set something up similar to this, check me out at gardenofluma.com for more tips on gardening and growing fruit trees, especially in hot, dry climates. Thanks for watching.